1, player 2, player. Put controller in, and then turn the power button on and say, power on!
Power on, everybody! Welcome back to Stardew Valley.
Hey, welcome. You got a full inventory. Probably organize that a little bit.
I'm gonna put this in there. I'm gonna put this in there. Oh, no. No, that goes in there. Put this in there. That in there. And that in there. Oh my, did you see what I just did there? Oh, I put shit in the wrong place.
Good job. You know.
Oh god, I'm burping.
You'd think after setting up your chest in an organized manner, you would remember where things go. Alrighty. Still got a full inventory, but a little bit less clustered.
This is a matter of where things really need to go, and I can't quite do that at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta do your daily activities.
Well, no, it's because things go in certain spots.
Literally, I just set up, like, the way you have it set up right now, you do a little bit of everything, you know? You got your crab fishing pot thing, you got your, like, you got your smithing stuff up there, you've got your electricity, well, that's pretty important, but you've got your, like, trees, you've got your tappers, you've got your beehives and your crops. I'll literally just get crops, put a bunch of sprinklers on it, and skip through, like, a year. Or not like a year, I'll, like...
Well, I can't skip through.
You can't skip through?
No, I can't.
Like, you can't just sleep over and over again?
Oh, I can. I mean, like, I can just go to my bed over and over and over and over and over again, but I'm trying to go as perfect a playthrough as I possibly can in the sense of trying to... So my objective, what I'm doing off screen when people aren't watching, is I'm trying to get everybody up to 10 hearts.
What year is it for you?
It is, I think it's year 3.
Go. Did you appease your grandpa, or
not
no?
yet, because I haven't made progress on certain things.
I think you've probably made enough progress right now to where you could get him.
Get the statue.
Yeah, the statue, and then
what is it called?
Statue of, like, I don't know. I almost said statue of awesomeness, but there's no way.
That would be neato.
Statue of perfection, I believe.
Cannot remember.
Too bad you can't just, like, double click those. You have to turn around and close them. Or to where you just walk through them and it'll open and close respectively.
I do like to do Minecraft because of that. Where you can just do the whole putting down pressure plates and stuff.
I just open and close it at the right angle. I'm too lazy for those kind of things. I don't know, pressure plates are useful.
You're too lazy to use the lazy option.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though, is that it's like, when they mess up, or when
it grew.
What did?
Fuck, now I have to wait a whole nother rotation before I can put a thingy on either of these.
Or it could just be off kilter. Off kilter? What is that? Off sync. Jeez.
Well, I mean, so the way I like to do it is I like to set it up so that... Well, I had it at one point running so that the pine and the maple and the what is it? What's the other one?
I wouldn't be able to tell you right now.
Spruce?
Maybe?
I don't remember what the other one is. But, I had them all ending at the same time.
That'd be useful. It's just like, I like to make things correct and, like, happen at the same time and how I want them to, but...
I must correct the world. Have you watched Unbreakable yet?
I have not.
It is really fucking good. We should watch it. You should come over next weekend to hang out with me and we could sit down and watch it.
You know, I'd be down except for I've lived here for a week straight, so...
You haven't just hung out with me at Olimir.
Sorry, I've hung out with you like 3/4 of today. Is that not enough for you?
I mean, I would like to just hang out with you and kind of watch a movie or whatever. Would be neato. It is a super old movie though, so if you don't do that, it's kind of...
I mean, yeah.
Not...
I mean, I'm down. Just
I mean,
not
it's
next
old, but
weekend,
it's not super old. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've seen some super old movies. Sometimes they're
like
kind of funny.
It's like the 90s. Dude, the original Flubber's the jam! Have you seen the original Flubber?
I have not.
My god, it's gorgeous. It has not aged well in the sense of cinematography as well as a couple of jokes, but it's there. It's there.
So I'm attempting to look up the other name of the tree.
To discover?
And I cannot.
I mean, I could find out right now. Check it. What's this?
Maple, pine, oak. There you go. Found it. First try. Definitely knew that by heart, I promise. Get your wild bee. Wild bee hive?
Yeah, it's wild bee for now.
I don't know. Wild bee's good, but the thing is then you can't turn it into meat, because then it loses the wildness of it. So then it's like, well then do you just sell it, or do you want to turn it into meat?
I mean, wild honey sells less, so that's why I always turn wild honey into the mead, and then when the flowers around it bloom, that's when I stop using the honey for the mead.
I thought the wild was when you had the flowers.
No.
What's the upgraded version?
It's depending on what flowers you have, depends on what kind of honey you get.
Oh, I see. So, yeah, that's big. Yeah, okay. That's basically what I'm getting at. Just I had it opposite. That's super satisfying, though, the fact that you can have those, like, the large eggs that are also iridium quality. Those sell for a lot.
I don't know. I need to make another mayonnaise thing. How do I make this? Oh my god, an earth crystal. I haven't found one of those in ages.
Just go to, like, floor 20.
I mean, I know how to find them. It just takes freaking forever.
That's why you get a crystallarium. Just throw whatever.
I need to make another crystallarium. That's what I need to do. I need to find an earth crystal, make another crystallarium, and then... Ah! Oh, look at that. Papa Herbert. Ah! Alright, buddy. Peace, bye.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so what is an iridium sprinkler? No, like I mean an iridium watering can.
It'll water the. So you know when you hold it down twice and it goes forward like 5 or 6. It'll do that, but it'll also do it in 3x3. So it'll do.
So
6.
I already get the.
It'll do 6 forward and then 3x3. So it'll do 2 3x3s.
Oh, that is quite useful. That is quite useful.
Is that where you're gonna go for next? Is iridium or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of want to go for an iridium. This, the hoe.
Oh.
But at the same time, I kind of want the iridium sprinkler.
Iridium watering can? Iridium.
Yeah, that. Sorry. Yeah. Freaking. Bleh.
Pretty much
The watering
the same
sprinkler thing.
The thing that waters
The
my crops.
waterer.
The waterer. Sounds about right. Well, technically, you're the waterer. You just need the waterer.
Also, the watering can is the waterer. We looked at the definition, Jagger. We know what it is now.
Big facts.
It's anything that waters a plant or a field or anything in any manner, which is weird. It's like I feel like that's a very massive like spectrum. Where is it that I go for earth crystals again?
25. Spam that over and over again. It's pretty much what I do. Just like run through the floor, and if you find the extra cool, if not, then just repeat it. That's usually what I do. Or you could just go 25 and just slowly go down to like 40.
Look at that. Huh.
What's that something?
That is this. It is. I broke it. So I have a story that I forgot all about. So I was playing, I think it was Mighty Number 9 with the original co-host of 1PCP. And it was fine, but I got very mad at the game. So I started, oh no, this was Dark Souls 3, sorry. This was footage that never got released or seen. So, and it was because of the footage glitched up, and we were very sad because I had my biggest freak out with that game to date. And I slammed my controller against the table a lot, and I ended up breaking the part that holds the rumbler in place.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do this, Oh, do you hear it?
That's right.
You hear it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. Yeah, it happens every now and then. It's a lot better than it was. I think I accidentally knocked it back into place.
A little bit.
Last night when I got a little bit. What?
So why do they have hearts when you're not?
Because they're making babies.
I didn't know they could do that if they're not. In
Well, I didn't either. I just learned that. But yeah,
Right.
I broke my controller. Everybody, don't play fucking Dark Souls 3. Don't play it if you got anger issues. It's not a good mix at all.
Oh god, I hate these infested floors.
I get angry at games when they don't do what I want them to do.
Still every game ever.
And it only ever happens when the game I'm telling it to do something or I'm not telling it to do something and it does it. And Dark Souls 3, if I remember correctly, when it initially went out, they've patched it now, which is why I can play that game finally. I mean, I was already playing it anyway, but you know, regardless, it would roll you to the side that you aren't pointing at, even though you rolled to that side regardless. So like, it would roll over here if you rolled, and then it would roll over here if you had already hit B again. So it would register every B.
Wow, so if you were like spamming it to get out of the way, it would go double and you'd roll back?
Yep.
Dang.
It was a little bit infuriating. So that was why I slammed my controller on the table in a rather infuriated fashion.
Abrupt.
I destroyed my controller that way. We were very sure. I think I got really angry at it one point that I almost threw my controller at the TV.
That would not have been good.
I think it was a different game though. Yeah, it was Super Mario Star Road.
I feel like if you have like anger issues, right? You should just have like a plate just next to you, and you just chuck it at a wall, and then have a bin of garbage like right there, so it'll fall into the garbage, and you just have a stack of them. You're just like, you just like chuck them as hard as you can.
Somebody's just like sitting there, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere. Must have been playing a bad game.
Must have been playing.
Yeah, I'm not the best at holding one's emotions inside when it comes to a game. So last night I yelled at you about Minecraft, but
I'm playing Minecraft.
I was also very like tired, so my filter wasn't
Big
on.
facts.
So I do apologize.
I mean, I would like it to be shown on the record. It was Robert who put me up to it.
Did he really?
He gave me the TNT and the flint steel. And I did it.
And he ordered me to do it.
And I did it because the creeper, I accidentally blew up on his tree farm. Because it blew up on me. And I was next to his tree farm. So he's like, alright, well, one explosion for another. Here you go. I'm like, oh god. So yeah.
How did that make any sense? It's fine, it's whatever. I didn't see the point in going back into that world and starting over. Because it was like, I worked really hard to get all that clay, and I don't remember exactly how much it is, and yeah, I could have Zola give it to me, but then I wouldn't feel as validated because I really worked really hard, and so I was like, whatever. And then I went to go play my Xbox, and I realized if I signed in, I was going to sign you all out, and I was already like angry at you guys prior, so that wouldn't look really good. I decided not to. 10:20. Oh my god! Did I just say oh my god?
Yeah, you did.
It's on the internet forever. Wrong way.
Till the internet dies. Bum, bum.
Hey, you want to go close the door really quick? Rest of the way. Well, who closed it last? What kind of shit was that?
I think I got it.
Duck mayonnaise. What ninja skills? Look at that. To pay them bills.
Ugh. And he's back. Hey, touch your cat. They like it.
Mow.
I'm assuming that would be the power. Ooh.
Oh, I leveled up my combat. Give me a minute. Let's see where we're at. Okay. I want... Those are both really good.
here's
I
the
feel
thing.
like this will get me through the
Damage
thing
is probably
faster.
better.
I've been bellowed for. Give me a second though. I'm not gonna go out there just yet. What is he? What does he say?
I heard Jack. Hi, Jack. That's it. Just talking to a dog.
I don't know. Okay.
Listen, have you never talked to a dog before? Okay.
I have. Yeah, I'm just debating what I should do today. I'm not used to having this much food. It's been 3 years.
Wow, you got your well.
It's not like I'm holding you at gunpoint.
You got the stove. You got the dishes. You got the.
Oh, whoa!
Just kidding. It was a
God, just joshing. It was a cow.
Hey, she seems to be happy about it. So, who am I to tell her that she's wrong, right?
So, how do you feel about the fact that some women like to just live at home?
Some men like to live at home too.
Same.
Right?
I personally would probably end up being like that if YouTube ever takes off. I would much rather stay at home with my kids, taking care of them. Personally, my preferred way of life would be to do that and spend time with my wife.
I mean, here's how
I would like to be in a house with my wife and my kids and not have to leave and go to work, but that's just me.
If I have a wife who's like rich or not rich, who just has a steady job, makes money,
solid and set,
and if they have a better job than me, it's like, well, one of us has to stay home, right? So whoever has the better job
should be the one sticking with the job to make ends meet, but also spending time with the kids.
Exactly.
Because I mean, a sitter is good and all, but I will be one of the.
Why would you? Here's the thing. I don't want to have a sitter
who takes care of my kids
for like a long
life.
term. Yeah, that's like no.
I don't want the sitter to raise my kids.
Yeah,
I want my sitter to watch my kids.
Exactly.
There's a significant difference.
So, yeah, it's just like who impacts your kids the most when they're young is who they're around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're around like a sitter, maybe that sitter like is just doing that for money, and maybe like they don't spend it well. And then what do the kids see? You know, they see, oh, this is what you do. Like,
yeah, that sitter is an influence just as much as you are.
Exactly. So the sitter isn't obligated to cut all their negative ties when they get a kid, when they sit a kid, right? It's like, oh, well, it's just like for one.
I'm going to sit on this child.
And then it doesn't end there, but we just continue. We just skip the power off.
And I find it really fascinating to talk about that subject because it is something that doesn't get talked about very often. Maybe the Game Grumps touched it once, but that was about it. But I enjoy talking about things like that, as well as the thing that I talked to you and JR about with like colorblindness and what was it again? You were colorblind for however long without anybody ever having brought it up to you.
Would you know you're colorblind?
Would you know you're colorblind, or would you just call those colors what they are, but not know that they're not that?
I mean, it could technically work. You know?
It could happen if nobody would ever interact with you. I mean, like, so the way I look at it is, I had a lot of time to think about it after we had already talked about it, is if you lived in a world where nobody knew what colorblindness was and there was no way to catch it, it would never get caught.
Well,
but in our society where we are now, it would totally get caught at some point.
It's like, here's the thing, because colorblindness doesn't switch all colors, it switches a couple colors.
I think it just switches shades.
Shades, yeah. So like, well, what can happen is like, some person who can't see red, right? They might see a shade of orange instead.
Oh yeah.
Right.
In fact, I knew somebody who once couldn't see red, but he could see, when he looked at red, he saw green.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very weird.
Something like that. So if they had a color blindness where it only switched two colors and perfectly, or close enough anyways.
I've heard of stories where that particular color blindness just completely goes under the radar.
Yeah, and the only way to catch it is for somebody to get like sciencey in your head and your eyes and stuff. That's it. So, on that, I mean, what's the negative really? Like, you might.
It's not really gonna affect much unless you go to color in the lines.
You might be like, "Wow, this game looks weird. Why is everything green?" Like, but you know, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. We got 20 days left of a season. That's literally 20 episodes.
I can live without finishing season.